Brits, thank you very much for your time. Uppermost in people's minds right now, particularly those who are paying bonds like myself, is are we going to get a banking holiday, or rather a payment holiday, I should say?
Well, thank you for having me. We are waiting to have discussions with the central bank and to determine whether such an event is going to be called. Each bank is dealing with their particular books on an individual basis, and we wait to see how the direction plays out. We are currently engaging with BUSA as part of a national strategy to see what the coronavirus how it will impact our economy, and hoping that will give us some direction as well. I hope that answers the question.
Yeah. If that payment holiday process were to happen, how would it unfold? Because the comments from someone like Kes Kovadia, for example, he was quoted as saying that this would require some kind of permission from the Competition Commission.
That is correct. So unless this is if it's a collaborative effort of the banking industry, we are prohibited from having conversations that touch the competitive landscape, and therefore we would need permission to do so. For the Banking Association, this is new territory. We haven't had the opportunity to discuss matters pertaining to banks' individual businesses. We generally focus on regulation, so that is why we've made the application to the Competition Commissioner. We believe it is going to be supported. We believe that there are a couple of ministers and the central bank who will put their weight behind it, and hopefully that will give us an opportunity to take the lead on deciding how we are going to behave or how we're going to respond to issues as they materialize.
What kind of impact is COVID-19 already having on the banking sector?
So we are guided by what the Department of Health, NICD, and obviously the President's announcement. So we are decongesting our workforce from our premises, and we are favouring remote working. This is all in our comfort levels, because most of the work we do is already computer-based. We are practicing social distancing, meaning that the staff members who still come to the office are being asked to keep their distance. We are asking them to even move to separate buildings. We are splitting our workforces, particularly those workforces that are critical to us in the cybersecurity space, in the fraud prevention areas, plus those of IT and so forth. We are doing increased hygiene, and we must say that this has been on the go since early February, where we have been using hand sanitizers. We're working in the interests of not only just our staff members, but also the vendors, the service providers that come to our buildings, as well as our customers. And in part of this is we've increased for the larger organizations where they have high traffic areas. We are even doing a process of defogging, which is it's called deep cleaning. It is basically a standard equivalent to a hospital health cleaning. And we are doing that in the evenings. And all the sort of surface areas that need to be addressed are being cleaned on a regular basis throughout the day.
Going back to the banking business, Mr. Brits, are you already seeing businesses and individual consumers defaulting on their repayments?
Unfortunately, we are not connected into the banking industry's actual books. I would imagine there is some stress in the market. I'm not 100% convinced that this is a COVID-19 stress. We are running into our second quarter of an economic downturn, so there's a lot in the play, but certainly the banking industry stands ready and is committed to doing what it can to ensure that the country at large is able to survive through the coronavirus and come out the other side with a functioning economy.
All right, Mark Brits, and he speaks for the South African Banking Association.